It's your boy D Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with memes about Australians. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, give the video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Oh my God!
In Australia, we don't lock our doors because we're scared of armed intruders. We lock our doors to keep the roos out. A rare image of an American and an Australian in a public bathroom at the same time. The end of...
Why is it like, I don't get this one. Y'all might have to help me out on the mirror. Oh, because like the land down under. Oh, okay. Never mind. That's what I'm assuming this is. That's why he's upside down.
Image of an American and an Australian in a public bathroom at the same time. The end of Australia. Australia versus Pluto. I had no idea they had beef. Australia man caught a sea monster with no eyes and a mouthful of sharp teeth. I feel like Australia is where the devil keeps his pets.
I swear to God. What? No eyes and a mouthful of sharp teeth? Yeah, I don't know. Y'all... What kind of creature
Alternative
is that?
human evolution. That's just an Australian. Looks like Frost, but it's spider season in Australia. Burn the whole country.
No way! No way. That's all spider web, bro? Jesus!
Oh damn, my bad. A cow caught casually eating snake in outback Australia. I am confused as to how the food chain works in Australia. Australian farmer celebrates rain falling on farm for the first time in months after the Australian bushfires 2020. Australians have accidentally been eating a fish unknown to science. Thank goodness. Usually it's the other way around. Fish unknown to science is eating Australians. Save the animals in Australia. The animals. Yeah, very funny. Let's all laugh at Australia for having all the deadly animals. Two of those aren't even real, dummy.
Say the animals in Australia. The animals in Australia.
Wait, what? Why do so many people think spiders are evil and out to get you? Look at this nerd run away in an overly dramatic cartoonish way just because something touched its butt. Hashtag spot the Australian. Punching sharks, now declared Australia's national sport. Each year, in an Australian park, hundreds of people bring their handmade cardboard creations to battle with other participants in a giant cardboard war known as Box Wars, the Mediterranean Sea.
Why have I reacted to so many Australian videos and never heard of Box Wars, bro? Why has nobody ever told me about Box Wars? That's crazy.
Fits perfectly inside of Australia. Australia, do this. If this happened, it would drown nearly 5 people. Australian
would drown nearly 5 people.
National team lose 7-0 to a team of 15-year-old boys. How about no? Is this a Halloween decoration or a picture of a house in Australia? The most dangerous flightless bird in Australia is sitting under a beach umbrella, stealing grapes. Are you going to tell what's basically a dinosaur that it can't have your grapes or beach spot? Because I'm not.
I swear to God, that's your beach spot. That's all you. That's your umbrella too. That's your grapes. Everything. That's all you.
The quokka is a marsupial native to Australia. They aren't afraid of humans and approach them frequently. Evolution's apology for the fact that every other animal in Australia wants to rip your face off. Hashtag Sydney Storm. Non-Australian.
Oh
I got hit by a hailstone. It hurts. Oh yeah, those spikes are brutal. The what now? This is a
the what now? Spikes in hell? Nah.
A sea pickle, a blob of pyrosomes that live in the ocean. This one was caught off the east of an Australian coast. Bro caught his Snapchat. Thousands of people plan to attend a barbecue in front of the home of a vegan Australian woman who took her neighbors to court over the smell of meat cooking in their own backyard. Australia is mental.
No, bro, y'all dirty out there. That's so wrong and so funny at the same time.
This is an actual photo of a dog eating a shark while 2 snakes fight to the death. Australian
I didn't even see the snakes!
An actual photo of a dog eating a shark while 2 snakes fight to the death. Australian drug addict dresses up as cop and raids another drug addict's home. The hunt is on for the culprit who stole a giant 10-meter high mango in Australia overnight. Australian news. Where did the man go? How Australian can you get? This guy was 6 foot tall. Fun Australian fact. This kangaroo is waiting for pursuers to come into the water with him, where he will try to drown them. They are extremely good at it.
Jesus.
This guy really flew here, all the way from Australia. Australia is beautiful. See a hawk literally throw a snake at an innocent family. This really reassures me about my upcoming Australia work trip. In 2013, an Australian man set up a ghost catching camera. Instead of ghosts, he caught his girlfriend doing it with his own son.
That's tough. That's tough.
Australian McDonald's is pooping on American McDonald's. What the hell? Rare mutated golden Australian possum is named Pikachu. A possum broke into an Australian bakery and ate so many pastries it couldn't move. This is how they found him. My dad got
that Joker ate so many pastries legit could not move, bro. Like
got jumped by a kangaroo today. Damn.
Oh my god.
1 week in Australia. That's a lot going on. Lemurs sharing a meal. I thought this was a new spider from Australia.
Yeah, why did I think the same thing, bro? Why did I think the same thing?
Yeah. Not all Australian animals will kill you. Don't get me wrong. He wants to. He just can't. Australian Prime Minister says he didn't poop his pants at McDonald's in 1997. 100% chance this guy pooped his pants at McDonald's in 1997. My friend left her window open in her bedroom and came back to find this. Look at his self-satisfied little face. Australia. If there was a post to describe Australia, this is it. Having an Australian accent is like being sent to prison for a crime I didn't commit. Being Australian is because of a crime you didn't commit.
Being Australian is because of a crime you didn't commit.
Cruel. Never forget, first ever Olympics gold medal was won because the guy was coming dead last and everyone in front of him fell over. A national hero.
I feel like I saw something like this on TikTok or something like that.
How do Australians reproduce? We throw a boomerang and whoever catches it is our designated male. Why is a kangaroo smashing a pig? Why is the duck watching? Why is there a 10-foot tall guy with a spear in the back? Australian man involved in
I'm missing so much, bro.
Why is there a 10-foot tall guy with a spear in the back? Australian man involved in a shark attack beats shark to death with his own severed leg. Do you know what to do if you're bitten by a tarantula hawk wasp?
Oh, what?
By a what?
A what? A tarantula hawk wasp? Oh, what?
If I was an Australian magpie, would you guys still like me? Answer me. Australian young dad almost made his child blind. Andrew, 28 years old dad, couldn't stop his kids' cryings, so he poured no tears shampoo directly into his eyes.
Jesus.
This is horrible. There was a man named Joseph.
Couldn't stop his kids from crying, so he poured no tear shampoo directly into his eyes. Jesus.
Who escaped an Australian prison so many times they built a special cell just for him. He escaped that as well, in his sweatpants. In Australia, we called them trachydacks. I'm starting to think you Aussies are just fucking with us. We actually aren't, and that's the horrendous part. My Australian friend falling into the sky after I break his ground harness. Baby kangaroos, saved from the Australian wildfire. You know what really annoys me about Australians? They call McDonald's Macca's. Why? My friend just went out for dinner, and this guy turned up at the window like he had a reservation. So this bird lands on the deck, takes a poop, and then looks at me like he wants to start a fight. Monty bought a kangaroo and let it go in the house. Sometimes I get mad at Australian stereotypes, but then I remember that my backyard looks like this. Who would win? Every creature in Australia, every Florida man. They would breed. I hate how this is a viable option.
They would breed.
Finally, some good news. Australia is healing. Due to less pollution, Earth is now visible from Australia. Listening to this from Australia, that's so sick. Thanks for the support. I didn't say I liked it, or it was good. Sounds like shit. English summer. OMG. I'm melting. It's so hot. Australian summer. It's a little hot today. Aussie wife is slammed for packing her husband's lunch. Stop treating him like your child. Don't talk to me or my son ever again. Dog head versus cat's head. Australia. Well, there's another thing I'll never unsee. Wallaby hops along Sydney Harbour Bridge, surprising motorists, so they race cars. Australia accent came from alcoholic slur of early settlers, says expert. I've pretty much never been less surprised by anything. Americas, we need guns to defend ourselves. Melbourne man fights off carjacker with Nescafe Blend 43 jar.
I'm telling you, Aussies are different, bro. Aussies are a different species, bro.
New password, Australians, strong. New password, emus, stronger. Australians aren't real people. Australians, it's not that dangerous here. Claw machines in Australia. Many tears will be shed in Australia. Roger the Roo dies, age 12. Australian guys encounter great white shark around their boat. I would be saying the same thing. Man with beer in one hand and a hose in other defends his home from the fire. Australia. Yeah, that's pretty much every summer ever for us. Accurate. Welcome to Australia, where a fast food restaurant literally made mirrored reflective sea gulf proof packets for their fries, so they don't try to fly down and steal your fries. Australian man makes the ham dog, a hot dog and burger combo. POV, you are trying to sleep in Australia. Pig in Australia steals 18 beers from campers, gets drunk, fights cow. Western Australia, covered in huge amounts of snake-infested sea foam. Courageous
Oh my Jesus.
This border collie leads 900 sheep to safety during Australian bushfires. An Australian man typed every number from 1 to 1 million in words, not numbers, on his typewriter. It took him 16 years. I was applying for an Australian citizenship, and the interviewer asked, "Do you have a criminal record?" I said, "No. Is that still required?" Oh my god. Newly discovered, Australian spiders can swim and eat toads.
Australian spiders can swim and eat toads, bro.
I'm never going to Australia. Flat earthers claim Australia doesn't exist, and people who live there are paid actors by NASA. OMG, I didn't know Google Translate does Australian. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming this evening. Shallows and gentle joeys. Australian helicopter owners are dropping thousands of vegetables to feed the wildlife affected by the Australian bushfires. Footage of an Australian guy fishing from a drone is being investigated by authorities. Rescued this little guy today. Not all animals in Australia want to see you die. Dorito rewards Australian teenager with $20,000 for finding an air-filled Dorito chip in her bag and then putting it on eBay. Australians who won't unlock their phones could face 10 years in jail. As an Australian, I'm sick of all the stereotypes. I go about my day just like the rest of you. The Australian firehawk drops burning sticks into the dry areas to further spread wildfires, thereby catching fleeing prey. Australian man
Jesus.
Pleads guilty to storming animal shelter to get his cat back. Quick, the Australians are asleep. Post pictures of normal outdoor animals. As an Australian, this is all I know about American geography. You went around Texas.
Oh my God.
Australia in films versus Australia in real life. Instagrammer raises $500,000 for Australian bushfires by selling nude photos for $10. Good job. When an
I feel like I heard that story. That's crazy. Shout out to her. Know what I'm saying? Whatever you can do to help the cause, and she definitely helped.
Original Australian girl graduated college in 2016. Her grandfather, an Aboriginal elder who lives on a remote island, traveled almost 2,000 miles to attend the ceremony and dance with her. Australian problems. If you're ever feeling down, just remember that 52,000 Australians have signed a petition to change the Australian currency to dollary dues. And the floor of Australia looked awfully familiar to the Death Star laser. Meanwhile, in Australia, roads subject to melting. Indicators show depth.
That's so crazy, bro. That's so crazy.
Australia's families live in fear of the huge kangaroo haunting their suburban streets. What is going on in Australia? America. Our national bird is the eagle, and it is a beauty, and it symbolizes freedom. India. Our national bird is the peacock, because its beautiful colors represent our country and its glory. Australia. Our national bird is emus, and we hate them, and lost a war against them. Jamaica's world's second fastest man is visibly stunned after being beaten by a mullet-sporting Australian sprinter whose name he doesn't even know, in 100-meter heat. Australia gifted the royal baby a pet crocodile that was born on the same day as the royal baby, and thus has been named George. They're twins. Australia reptilian conspiracy to place a croc on the throne. Who the hell thinks a crocodile is an appropriate gift for a baby? Australia. To all Australian
I never heard of nobody giving a crocodile to a baby. That's
kids,
crazy.
if you ever feel like you're weak or pathetic, remember, you live in the most dangerous and hostile country where every creature is murderous and deadly. You're automatically more hardcore than any kid in any other country. This is actually quite uplifting. I love Christmas time. Everyone in the UK, Europe and the US is blogging about snow and fireplaces and keeping warm, whilst here in Australia, we're just, with no tourists around, Australian scuba tour operators have planted more than 1,000 pieces of coral at the Great Barrier Reef to help restore the marine ecosystem. Australian man kept unique rock for years, assuming it's gold. It turned out to be a rare 4.6 billion year old meteorite. Yeah, this is actually
Dang, I wonder how much that was worth. 4.6 billion year old meteorite.
insane. So this thing weighed 200 kg, and they only died 40,000 years ago and lived in Australia. Nuts.
Nah, this was crazy, bro. this was absolutely insane. That's absolutely hilarious. That's how we got, though. You guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. It's your boy D Neal. Out.